Hello everyone, it's Leon here, and I'm joined by Louise.
Hello.
And well, we're talking about Vita because we had a sort of like a bit of a scare, and then it's not exactly great news. What's happened is Sony have done their yearly financials, and the story you've probably seen everyone talking about is how Sony boss Andrew House referred to the Vita as a legacy platform when he was talking about sort of write-off of costs. Sony have now come out and said that he was actually talking about first generation Vita stuff. The actual statement was, what Andy mentioned as a legacy platform was part of the write-off of the PS Vita component for the first generation of PS Vita, which is no longer available in the market. Now, obviously, everyone's leapt on it and kind of gone legacy, meaning old, Vita's dead, Sony's given up on it. Sony have said that's not the case, which is good.
Yep, we like that.
However, he did also later say in the same financial statement, we will continue to see a decrease in PlayStation 3 platform sales as well as a decrease in portable business, notably in the US and EU. The platform remains pretty strong and vibrant in Asia and Japan. So it's kind of like it's mixed message, really, isn't it? It's like,
it is. I mean, it's showing that it's never, the past couple of years for Vita hasn't been good. Obviously,
No.
It's been great for PS4, and we thought it was going to be sort of buoyed a bit by the sort of remote play thing. But in the last couple of months, especially, Vita stuff seems to have kind of trickled out, and they don't. But at least it's not a legacy product, because that was a horrible thing to think you're holding an old product.
that was, I mean, that's like everyone's sort of leapt on it when he said that, because obviously, legacy means like old, outdated. It's had its day, and when you first sort of looked at the statement and listened to what he said, it sounded like Sony were basically kind of going, it's over, it's finished.
Yeah, right off, yeah.
But that's not the case. He was talking about the first generation stuff, but it's still not exactly great that they are predicting this sort of decrease in business.
But what can they do in order to bring it back? I mean, they'd have to bring out proper big first-party releases for Vita again, and that doesn't seem hugely likely.
It's the thing I think that's always... because I wrote the story originally before the clarification, and I made a comment about how, the problem's been that it hasn't had the big names, it hasn't had the big games. It's great for indie stuff. Like, I love it for playing little indie games and sort of really kind of Sunday afternoon stuff on the sofa, but it's not had any kind of big power behind it. And the fact they're predicting a decrease in business sort of suggests they're not planning a great deal.
Yeah, they were saying there was sort of rumours of another Vita coming, but that kind of died a death as well.
But there was a copyright, a trademark sort of diagram that came out, and it looked a bit like just a revision. It wasn't like a massive change. I guess it was just more cost cutting, cheaper materials, making it a bit smaller, making it cost a little bit less. I mean, that would help, I guess, if they make it cheaper.
But if they make it cheaper, they're still going to have games for it. And I love my Vita. Like, I love playing indie stuff. I especially sitting on the train playing Ollie Ollie or Binding of Isaac when I'm not on my PS4, or just sitting in bed and using it as a PS4 shortcut.
Yep.
But these don't seem justifications for spending £200 on a console. Definitely not anymore. So I'm glad it's not a legacy product, but it'll need to change. Something will need to change for it to come back.
So not a legacy product, but the decline in business that they're predicting is not a positive statement, but it's not dead yet. If you have any questions, leave a comment, and we shall see you guys later.
That was a pretty sweet video, right? If you want to see more, go to GamesRadar's YouTube page over here. Or if you want to read, maybe up your game a little bit, go to GamesRadar.com.